Let's get the insights of Andrei Lankov, professor at Kookmin University in Seoul. Andrei Lankov, just starting by asking you, this whole idea of turning Seoul into a sea of flames, is it just more rhetoric coming from the north?
Of course it's rhetoric. It's what we have heard not once, not twice, but many, many times before. Every time they want to exercise pressure, they make threats, but usually they never carry these threats out. And this is basically a very rational behavior, because North Koreans are not going to retaliate. They are not going to start a fight at time and place chosen essentially by the South Koreans. So, at all probability, nothing will happen this time. However, in the next few months, there is a very high probability of another large-scale North Korean attack. I would not even describe it as a provocation, because they don't want to provoke anything, mind you. They just want to send a message, and the message is, we are here, and if you don't listen to us, if you don't give us concessions we hope to get, we are capable of creating a lot of trouble. So it's cheaper to deal with us. This is their message over, it has been their message over the last 2 decades. And they are likely to send this message again, using maybe, artillery shells, maybe torpedoes, maybe something new. But not right now.
Right, so it's just a question about paying them off, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yes, on balance, yes. They would like to have some political concessions, like, eventually a peace treaty with the United States and everything, but above all, the bottom line is money. They just want a full-scale resumption of unconditional aid they used to receive from South Korea and, to somewhat lesser extent, from the United States since the late 1990s and until roughly 2-3 years ago.
It's so closed as a society, isn't it? Pyongyang controlling every facet of people's lives there in the north. So would the average person on the street there have even known of these uprisings in the Arab world?
Well, the average person might know something, but at all probability, the average Miss Kim or Mr. Park, the average North Korean, does not see all this news from Middle East as relevant to his or her existence in North Korea. And of course, we should not forget that there is a great difference between a mild authoritarian regime like that of Egypt or Libya and North Korea, which in many regards still remains a perfect Stalinist dictatorship. Economy has changed. Economy is not Stalinist anymore. But the control over the population is still pretty much in the hands of the government. It's the world's only country which has no internet whatsoever, no internet access. Intranet access, domestic network, which is unconnected to the internet.
Right, so that basically insulates it all, so that's no chance of any uprising against the dear leader. Sorry, that?
No, yes, not anytime soon. In the long run, uprising is possible and even likely, but I don't expect it to happen this year, next year, not anytime soon.
Okay, well, what happens when we have actually a succession there in the north? Do you think things will change in any shape, way or form?
Honestly, of course, nobody knows. It looks like that the new leader, which is a son of the current leader and the grandson of the previous leader, essentially it's a monarchy, an absolute monarchy, he is going to continue with the line of his father, even though, once again, nobody knows for sure. This is indeed quite likely that he will just continue the same line, because this line is essentially quite rational, and the North Korean regime, the North Korean elite right now, does exactly what it should do in order to survive. They are not idealists, they are not irrational, they are very pragmatic politicians, and at all probability the next generation of leaders will continue the same line, which means no reform inside the country, control and terror. Yep.
Andrei Lankov, thank you so much for joining us. He's a professor at Kookmin University talking about tensions between South and North Korea.